Again, if you see, there is a general trend. There are approximately 6 different parts of UPSC preliminary exam. First is general science, technology. Second is environment. Third is geography of India and the world. Fourth is history. Fifth is culture. Sixth is current affairs. These are the broad areas in which UPSC asks us question and expects us to answer that. So while reading, please remember to go into, because prelims is about intensive study. It is not about extensive study. How better you know. Because if you see prelims, the options which are there, you have to mark only one. Either one option is correct. So you need to eliminate the wrong options as well as, or have the ability to choose the right one. So every aspect of the 6 different subjects which I told, you have to go into the depth. Understand it. Don't mug up. People have this problem of mugging up for prelims, which is a very wrong strategy. Probably for current affairs, it could work a bit, but for other things, UPSC is generally asking analytical questions. So you cannot mug up. You have to understand. People do not understand. People just mug up. They think that by rote learning it helps. It does not help. So analytically understand. Go for basic books, NCERTs. Then go for, if you are satisfied with your NCERT preparation, then people have this question that whether to go for old NCERTs or new. You can go for both. New NCERTs are good enough, but old NCERTs are better for history and culture. After NCERT, suppose if you are studying for environment, you are satisfied that your NCERT preparation for environment is over. Go for current affairs relating to environment. Go for a standard textbook which is available in the market relating to environment. And make your concepts clear, because UPSC is asking conceptual questions which require slight analytical questions thinking in preliminary examination. I forgot another aspect of UPSC preliminary, polity. Polity is also very important. Secondly, people do this mistake in preliminary. If you see the trend across 5, 6, 10, 15 years, if preliminary has 100 questions of general studies, at least 40 to 45 questions are there which are easy, which are normal of moderate level. A person with a standard amount of knowledge would be able to solve them. People do this mistake. They solve these 40-45 questions very easily. They get the marks in these questions. But in order to get higher marks, they do a lot of negative marking. You do not need, my strategy for preliminary was simple. I used to always spot the questions which I'm 100% sure and I'm sure about the answer. Invariably, across my 2 attempts, I found 40, 45, 47 questions which are like this. Then I went to the questions about which I was 80%, 75% sure. Because ultimately it would be correct almost. 10, 12 questions. So people have this question of how much success rate, how much questions should we attempt. First of all, mark all the questions which you are 100% sure. I am sure that if a person is of a standard level, he has prepared well, he will be able to answer at least 90 marks comfortably. Rest 30, 25, 30 marks, mark those questions about which you are 80% sure. If you are going for a 50% question, you are only hampering your chances. And you do not need more than 120, 125 marks in this preliminary exam. So do not be greedy. Do not go for 140, 150, because ultimately preliminary marks does not add to your mains marking. But if you are disqualified in the prelims, you cannot attempt your mains. So in order to go for glory, I have seen certain students, they mark wrong answers and negative marking costs them. Secondly, we come to the mains part. I forgot. What about UPSC CSAT aptitude? It has been made not qualifying, but we have to get around 33% of the marks. It does not add up to the preliminary score. CSAT has become relatively easier over the years. Yes, I admit for arts and science, pure sciences students, it is a bit tough. I agree to that. But I think even being an engineer myself, when I started doing comprehension, when I started doing CSAT practice, when I started doing say basic aptitude, it was tough for me as well. No doubt about that. But buy a standard book like say RS Agarwal, or buy a standard textbook like Rajesh Verma for quantitative aptitude. Do basic questions. I'm sure you'd all clear the 33% cutoff which is there for CSAT aspect.